Hey guys, it's me, Rainbowleopard315's here. And these are my tips on how to make a good LPS series. These are just my tips on how to make a great looking LPS series. So let's get started with tip 1. Tip number 1, get an idea. Your idea is the main part of the whole series and the most important. If you don't have an idea, you can't make an LPS series. Your idea can be inspired by anything, but the main part in your idea is you want it to be your own. Try not to use something that's already been used before, such as a popular kind of series, because a lot of people have already done tons of like popular series, where there's a popular girl and then there's a nerdy girl. So try to make your idea original. If you like comedy, romance, or adventure, base your series on what you like. You want to be happy with what you made. And also, you want your series to have a plot. A plot is something that eventually happens to the characters in your story. For example, say in one series about a superhero and a villain, is throughout the story, the villain is making up a plan to conquer the world and take over the world, and the superhero is trying to stop him. Tip number 2, pick out the characters and their names. Pick out a character that nobody has ever used before and a very special name. For example, don't use Savannah Reed or Brooklyn Hayes or Tom Dawson or Sage Bond in your series, because that's just been overused, and you want to have characters that's original and that's your idea. But after all, it is your idea and your decision. If you want to use Savannah Reed or Brooklyn Hayes in your series, then that's fine. But this is just a tip from me. I would recommend not doing that, because you want to have your very own creative and original characters. Tip number 3, gather your props. For example, if you're going to do a living room scene, then you're most likely going to want a couch and maybe a TV. For example, here's your couch and here's your TV. These are good living room props. Tip number 4, get your background ready. You want to have a nice, good, solid wall color as your background, such as orange, as you can see behind me. For example, if you have your TV on in the background when you're filming your video, most likely viewers are going to look at the TV and not what you're doing. Tip number 5, you want to have good lighting. If you don't have good lighting, your viewers won't be able to see what you're doing in your video. It would look something like this.
So do you want to go to the movies?
Yes, I want to go to the movies. As you could tell, that does not look very good, because like I said, viewers can't see what you're doing. But fortunately, you can get lighting from anything. You can get your lighting from a lamp that's near where you're filming, or you can get it from a window if you're filming near a window. Tip number 6, you want to have a good quality video. As you can see, this video looks crisp and clear, and that's what you want. This is what it shouldn't look like. So do you want to have a sleepover tonight? Sure, I'd love to. As you could tell, that did not look very good, because you want a video that looks nice and crisp and clear, because that's the only way people will want to watch it. I mean, I don't like to watch videos that look all fuzzy and I can't tell what they're doing, so you want to have a good quality video. Tip number 7, you want to have a good camera. You want to have a camera that has good quality videos, such as HD, and you want it to be able to zoom in and zoom out. An iPad and an iPhone are also good options, but just be sure to not shake the camera as much. Tip number 8, you want to be comfortable when you make your video. You want to sit on something nice and soft. You don't want to sit on hardwood floor, because that would just hurt when you are sitting there for a couple of hours. Also, you want to keep cool. You want to have a nice, good air conditioner or a fan blowing on you the whole time while you're filming. Just make sure it's on a low level so you can't hear it in your video. Because if you don't have a fan and if you're hot during your video, you'll get really frustrated really easily. Trust me, I know. Tip number 9, you want a good place to film at. A not so good option is filming in your kitchen or your living room, because in your living room people most likely talk in there, they watch TV, and in the kitchen there's lots of banging and clanging and cooking and stuff, and you can just hear a lot of background noise and it's just not a very good spot. But a good place to film at is such as maybe the basement if you have one, maybe like an office, or a guest room, or just someplace quiet. But overall, the best place to film in is your very own room. Tip number 10. You want to make sure your nails look good when you're making a video. Because after all, what's making your LPS move right now? Your nails. So just check to make sure that they're not chipped, or they're nicely painted, or they're not bleeding, or they're not all scabbed up and stuff. They just want to look presentable and nice. Tip number 11. You want to have a script. If you don't have a script, you won't be able to know what to say, because you'll probably end up saying a lot of uhs or ums and stuff, and people will just think you're just kind of weird and stuff. You can write it out, or you can type it out on the computer. Here's what one of my scripts look like. On my script I have the page number, the title of the video I'm filming, the scene, and the people that are talking, and what their lines are. And then I keep them all in this nice folder. Tip number 12. You want to have good acting. For example, if a character is supposed to be crying, you don't want to sound something like this. Angie, why are you crying? My boyfriend broke up with me. That's also known as bad acting. Here's what it should be like. Angie, what's wrong? Why are you crying? My boyfriend broke up with me. You want the viewers to feel your actor's emotions. Tip number 13. After you're all done filming your video, you want to edit it. Because throughout your video, you should have been making clips. Clips are just like little pieces of your video, and when you go in to edit them, you put them all together. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Here is an example of someone who is not using clips.
Hey, so what do you want to do on Friday?
I don't know. Wait, maybe we should go to the movies.
Okay, sounds good. I'll meet you at the movies on Friday, okay?
Okay, how about at 8 o'clock?
Okay, see you there.
Okay. It's just kind of like going to different parts of your scene without moving the camera. Here's a good example. Sweetheart, there's someone at the door for you.
Okay, I'm coming.
Tip number 14. Publish your video to YouTube. After you're all done filming and editing your video, you're going to publish it to YouTube. You want to give your video a title and a description. The description doesn't have to be long, it can be short if you would like. And if you're using somebody's music in the video, such as Kevin MacLeod's free music from Incompetech.com, it would be really nice if you could put his name and the song titles you've used in the description. It's just kind of nice to give credit to him, and even if you want to, put a link in the description to his website. Some extra stuff you can add is tags. Tags are just like little words that you put in the description, and tags, for example, are Rainbowleopard315's, LPS, video, tips, series, stuff like that. And then another little thing you can add is a thumbnail. A thumbnail is just like the picture that brings people to your video. So, such as a lot of my videos have thumbnails, and that's just like the picture that you see when you're about to click on my video. Alright, here's the last and final tip. Tip number 15. Speak loudly and clearly. This is very important. If you don't speak loud enough, then no one is going to understand what you're trying to say. But if you speak too loud, then nobody is going to watch your videos. Also, you want to speak with enunciation. you don't want to mumble your words. But if you don't mumble and you speak loud and clearly, then everybody is going to know exactly what you're trying to say. Alright guys, these are all of my tips on how to make a good LPS series. I hope you understood all these tips, and I hope these help to make a brand new LPS series for your channel. If these tips helped, please comment down below and tell me if they've helped you or not, because I would love to hear from your feedback. So I hope you enjoyed these tips, and I hope they help. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these tips. Thanks for watching. Bye!